Hello everyone, today inshallah we are going to discuss chemical cycles and human and the biosphere. First of all, the water cycle. Okay, now the water cycle is the simplest cycle in biology. Simply, water evaporates from water surfaces on the ground, from seas and oceans, from the process of cellular respiration also produce an amount of water vapor. All of this water and also transpiration by plants, which is like sweat in humans. Now, all of these water vapors condenses in the sky because it's cooler out there. Then they are making clouds. Then participation occurs. Okay, of course, the water of the participation, part of it goes to groundwater, part of it makes rivers and ends in the seas and ocean, and the whole cycle will start again. Now, the carbon cycle. What are the sources of carbon on Earth? First of all, we have the carbon dioxide, which is resulting from the cellular respiration process. Also, we have the burning of fossil fuels. Okay. Beside that, now plants use this carbon dioxide in the photosynthesis process and produce what? It produces oxygen, which is taken by these by living organisms in the cellular respiration process, and then they produce carbon dioxide. Okay, so this is the carbon cycle. Okay, what about nitrogen cycle? First of all, we have bacteria that lives in the legumes of in the roots of the legumes, okay, in the nodules. This bacteria has the ability to convert the nitrogen gas into ammonium. Then we have nitrifying bacteria, which has the ability to convert ammonium into nitrites and then into nitrates. Okay. Then we have denitrifying bacteria, which has the ability to convert the nitrates into nitrogen gas again. Okay. Also, we have decomposers. Decomposers, they are bacteria and fungi that has the ability to feed themselves on in the dead organic matter. Okay, and they also produce ammonia. Okay, then the whole cycle will start again by the nitrogen fixing bacteria, which converts the nitrogen into ammonia and etc. This is a picture shows you the steps of the nitrogen cycle that we discussed in previous slides. Type. Now about the humans and biosphere. Humans affect the biosphere in many ways. First of all, deforestation of millions of acres of land and destruction of vast wetlands. Okay, because we are using um the wood of trees. We are using, so we are destroying what? Destroying these forests. Beside groundwater contamination and depletion, elimination of habitats, loss of biodiversity. Okay, we are destroying forests. We are using the groundwater. We are contaminating this groundwater. We are destroying habitats for different types of organisms. That's what's causing loss of biodiversity. Now, how humans altered Earth's ecosystem. First of all, we have eutrophication of the lakes, runoff sewage and manure from pastures increase nutrients and cause excessive growth of algae and other plants. Okay, now these algae and other plants, they are consuming oxygen, and once they die, they will accumulate in the lake bottom. This will reduce the depth of the lake. Okay, and sometimes it causes the lake to disappear at all. And also they are lowers the oxygen levels because they are using this oxygen in the respiration process. Also the decomposers that they are um, disintegrate these dead organic matters, they also consume oxygen. This would cause to lower oxygen levels and could kill organisms that live deeply in the lake. هلا the acid rain, it's caused by air pollutants from combustion of fossil fuel. We have nitrogen and sulfur that are produced by fossil fuel. These are turning into nitric, nitrous, sulfurous, and sulfuric acid. And when precipitation occurs, the water of the rain, it will combine to these substances, making the pH of the rain to be less than 500 point sorry 5.6, okay, which is an acid rain, and it's harmful for different types of organisms that live on earth, and they are polluting um, the water in oceans and seas. Type. We have also toxins. Now kettles and chicken, they are used to feed antibiotics and hormones. These toxins, they got into food chain by consuming beef and chicken, okay, and they remains in fat tissues in our bodies. So when we die and the decomposing, they feed on dead organic matter, they will return these toxins into our food chain, okay, and this is really harmful for you, for human living human organisms and other organisms. Now global warming, first of all we have greenhouse effect, which is caused by excessive burning of fossil fuels. This will increase the concentration of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere, and this will raise the temperature of the earth and called global warming. Also we have depleting of ozone layer because of the using of chlorofluorocarbons, okay, which have the symbol CFCs. These are used in refrigerator gases and aerosol sprays, and it caused the formation of a hole in the protective ozone layer. Okay, now the ozone layer protects us from the ultraviolet light, and the using of chlorofluorocarbons causes the depleting of ozone, and it allows more ultraviolet to reach earth, which they are causing um, cancers, types of skin cancers. Now we have introduction of a new species. These were caused by humans too. Okay, first of all we have the killer honeybees. These are types of honeybees that were living in Africa, and they brought to Brazil in order to produce more honey. What happens that they are spreading accidentally to America, and they killed people. Also, we have the zebra mussel. They were transplanted from their original habitat. They don't really know how did they transplanted from their original habitat to a new one, but most likely they attached themselves to the ships. Okay, now the mussel population exploded and caused damages because they clogged the water intake pipe of those cities whose water is supplied by lake. Okay, now we have pesticides. Why did we create pesticides? We have different types. We have insecticides that they are getting rid of harmful insects like grasshopper, for example, because they are eating our grasses that we are farming them. Herbicides, they are killing these woods that they are uh, growing on plants. You have fungicides, okay, to get rid of harmful fungi. We have mice and rats killers. Okay, they are helpful, as we said, to get rid of undesirable organisms, but they cause cancers. Also, they could create pesticide-resistant organisms. So more amounts of pesticides are needed to get rid of these organisms, and the exposing to these chemicals will increase what? It will increase problems that occurs from them. Okay. Now we have biological control ways instead of these pesticides. We can use crop rotation, which is change the crop planting in the field. Also introduce natural enemies of the pests. Okay. Also use natural plant toxins instead of synthetic ones. Beside that, we can use insect birth control instead of using insecticides. Okay. That's the end for today's lesson, and I'm going to send you the homework on Microsoft Teams. Stay safe and healthy. See you soon. Bye.